didn't think it'd be that big a thing going to Chattanooga all day, was it?
Can't take it home with it.
Yeah.
I can just feel his hair is just getting thicker and thicker. The humidity.
We don't have that problem.
Just rolls right on off.
Sure does. It's aerodynamic.
All right. Hey, Tony.
Tony.
What you been doing with the umbrella, man?
But I didn't use that, I didn't want you to think I sucked, you know, so. But just in case, you know.
Are we ready, Kimberly?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll call the October 5th Springfield Planning Commission meeting to order and stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're ready to call the roll.
Alan?
Oh, here.
Okay. Deb? Boyd?
Here.
Briggs?
Here.
Gray?
Here.
Poole?
Here.
Richard?
Here.
Thomas? Townsend?
Here,
We have a quorum.
All right, is there a motion for approval of the minutes from the September 7th meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, they'll stand approved. Under new business tonight, item 2.1, discuss and possibly take action on a rezone located on Highway 41 North, and that's from CS to RI. Is there a motion to put this on the floor for discussion?
motion,
moved.
Okay, I'll take one of those as a second there.
second,
Okay,
here,
all right, Kimberly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, we have a rezone request for 5.53 acres from commercial service CS to restrictive industrial RI. The background on this, the city of Springfield sold a total of 15.3 acres in the North Industrial Park located at the corner of Highway 41 North and Pinnacle Drive. The company that they sold it to is a company out of Belgium. They they manufacture and distribute margarine, butter, and cooking fats. The 15, I'll just give you the overall, the total, what I'm showing here, it's a total of 15.3 acres. The reason why we're doing this is to conform these. So there's 5.53 acres that's going to be zoned to the RI. And that's all I have.
Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
second,
We have a motion and a second for approval. Any other discussion? All right, we'll vote.
Briggs?
Yes.
Boyd?
Yes.
Poole?
Yes.
Richard?
Yes.
Townsend?
yes,
Gray?
Yes.
Alan?
Yes.
Passes.
All right, item 2.2, discuss and possibly take action on public comments and policy and procedures. Let's get a motion to put this on the floor.
So moved.
Okay, you got a second? We got a second, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Effective July the 1st, 19th, effective the 1st, 2023, Tennessee General Legislation Assembly approved or required the government entities to provide a period of public comments for public meetings, authorizing the government entities to place reasonable restriction on period of time public meeting. Hence this reason why we have the new policy and procedure, and this is going to all the boards. And I've highlighted where you just need the main focus on there. So the public comments for topics on the agenda. Members of the community can register online in advance by going through the website. Registration ends the noon the day prior to the Planning Commission meeting. The chairman has given all of the people that would like to speak a list, and at that time you will do it. So we will add this to our agenda after the minutes. So after the minutes are approved, it'll be open for public comments. There are 10 spots that they can register for. They get 2 minutes each. And the maximum time is about 20 minutes prior to our normal meetings. So it's just a little add-on, and what the purpose of that is to ensure that all opposing viewpoints are represented. They're only based on topics that are on the agenda. Just reiterate that.
And you do that public hearing before the meeting starts?
Yes, sir.
or- Okay.
It it follows right in line, so you'll do after you approve the minutes, it'll go into the next topic of public comments. Is that correct?
Yes, so this was something the state legislature did, Mr. Grant knows, we just had to do it before Mayor and Alderman. You can do whatever, I think Kimberly's proposing, kind of like what we've done for some of the boards, the airport board, library board, the beer board, BZA, I think BZA's adopted it yet, but some of the smaller boards, 10 spots with a 2-minute limit. The board of Mayor and Alderman did 15, so it's a 30-minute period. The catch is in the legislation and the law, it has to be germane to something on the agenda. So they can't come and gripe about something that happened 3 weeks ago, now, because for efficiency purposes. I don't know that, we can see we've got such a huge crowd tonight. I'm not sure how many folks will take this opportunity. But yes, this would be a public comment period, not a Q&A, but a public comment period at the beginning of the meeting. The state legislature is required where they can come and speak about, for instance, someone could come tonight and said that, I think it's a great idea that this company from Belgium is coming to create jobs, and blah, 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 and then that's it. About something that's on the agenda. You all can change that. You can do 5 slots. You can do 3 minutes apiece. You can do 5 minutes apiece. This is the proposal, because this is kind of a template that some of the other bodies have adopted, but you all can modify that and adopt it however you want to. This is just what we propose you all to.
I think the 2-minute thing is probably enough per person.
And 10 spots, is that good, or
Yeah.
do you want to limit? Okay. So kind of keep it the way it is?
The only question that I have is if someone shows that maybe you're talking about registering before by noon, they may not have a computer or access to the internet, but it's something that they're interested in. Can the chairman agree to let someone speak?
I'd say it would be discretion of the chairman. Would that be about right? Because
What we propose is additional members of public may speak if there's a lot of time. So the 20 minutes wasn't a lot, all used, you would be able to let them speak.
So the answer is-
That's all right here. It says the board, it says right here, the board may solicit additional public comment from members of the audience at the meeting if allotted time rates, or anytime it may be helpful to decide matters affecting the city. So it's one of those situations that's written where, because what you also don't want it to be, from a legal perspective, you don't want it to be written where you can't solicit. If you had a question, if one of you all had a question that you couldn't ask a member of the audience or someone that was here to represent somebody. So it's written where you have a lot of discretion. Let me just put it that way. So yes, to answer your question, if someone came late, wanted to speak and walked in, they could let you know, they could let Kimberly know, who could let you know. If you wanted to recognize them, you could.
Okay.
Your discretion.
You think 2 minutes is enough, or maybe bump it up, maybe 3 minutes?
Well, if you had a big crowd, I think 2 minutes is what we used to do.
I think we're pretty.
But, we could, if you wanted to.
We can get like 10 people, so suppose we got like 3 people, is that time flexible where they can maybe go 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, or you just gonna keep it at the 2 or 3?
I think the allotted time, this would be 2 minutes, because you go extending time, a lot of people take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And I think C-SPAN shows you that as well, that within that time period, you can make your statement.
And 2, usually on a public hearing, we'll say that we're open for comments, but also that you know, once something's been stated, you don't wanna state the same thing over and over again, you know what I mean?
Be redundant.
Something new and fresh coming up to the microphone.
I kind of thought we were already operating like that, you know, when people come here, they can get on the list and say, you know, if they for or against, whatever.
Yes.
Well, like in the last meeting we had about the rezoning for my father's house, if everybody in the room spoke, even if it was 2 minutes, it would be a long
Oh,
time.
yeah.
And I think, I don't want to speak for the city attorney, but I believe if she were here, she would probably advise you all to stick with a static limit. So keep it at 2 minutes, not dependent upon how many people speak, because what you might have is if you let people speak for 5 minutes at one meeting, then someone's gonna be upset if they get held to 2 minutes at the next meeting, right? And that's gonna, and they would allege some favoritism shown to the other party or something like that, so.
And this is gonna be limited to 10 people, is that correct, 10 spots?
Sure.
It's
Your
just
decision.
Being on a first come, first served basis.
Yes, sir.
So just a quick clarifying question. So we, since I'm new to the body, we haven't had public comment period established. That's typically done at the Board of Mayor and Alderman.
Second
like
reading
zone.
at the mayor and
Okay.
alderman meeting.
So this would be the established protocol for pretty much all public comment on
Yeah,
any item.
I guess so.
Okay.
So-
Board of Mayor and Alderman also has a public comment period
Yeah.
and so do other bodies, but yeah, for any item that came before this commission,
Okay.
So we're pretty much just listening to what they got to say, or do we engage in conversation back and forth?
I think we just listen.
We just-
Usually the public hearing is for them to speak and then we talk later.
Gotcha.
Mr. Gregg, you had a
2 minutes is good.
question about the registering online? A concern for that?
There's a lot of people that do not
Navigate. the system.
have internet or a computer. And it may be a rezoning in their neighborhood and they have something to say and are not able to be one of these 10 that went before and registered. But if they come in and happen to say, hey, you know, I would like to
Have a comment.
have my 2 minutes,
Mhm.
I think they should be able to.
We have a 20 minutes, that we have not to exceed 20 minutes unless the board approves to allow more time. So if they've only taken up 10 minutes of the time, then you can take that other time and have anybody in the audience speak. Your discretion.
And this scenario may never happen,
Right. I see where you're coming from.
but just in the event that it did,
Then we would be allowed to let them speak.
according to what I'm
What it say,
understanding, it would
understanding.
be.
Right.
Yes, and if somebody has trouble filling out the
Chamber of
form, they
Commerce.
come and see us, we would happily help them. If that's something, you know, on paper, we would make sure that they have the opportunity.
How
In
much
that
notice?
case, it would be good though if they came up here before the meeting and said, can I speak on
Oh,
this? I
yes,
didn't get a
yes,
chance.
yes.
Not just raise their hand out, you know, as a part of the audience and say, I want to speak.
True.
How much notice did they get? You posted signs and listed somewhere that they,
Right, we have it posted in the paper 15 days prior, so.
I think it's a good thing. Sometimes you're gonna get opinions from people that we didn't know anything about or hadn't thought of. So it's positively good.
And the agenda, the preliminary agenda is usually posted on our website, so I believe there's a comment, request for any kind of public notice and stuff. So if anything is posted on the agenda, they'll get flagged, so they'll know about it then. And that's usually like 30 days prior. And then it's also in the paper.
sometime we might get an earful one day.
Well, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So are you fine with the guidelines that we have here? Do you want to change anything?
I'm okay with the 2 minutes now since it's just us listening.
2 minutes,
I'm okay with
10
that.
applicants, first come, first serve, and of course, obviously, it's your discretion to add to the audience.
So that's a maximum of 20 minutes allowed for public comment?
Mhm.
Mhm.
You want to stay with the 20 minutes with public commenting? I mean, you can always change that too, though, so you have ability to extend that.
And two, that'll make people feel like they're more of a in the process, than, you know, just standing by watching what we're doing.
Right, right.
Is this gonna be limited to certain types of agenda items? Will it be like only for zonings or annexations?
Any of it. Any item on the agenda.
The way the legislature wrote it, was any, but it is limited to, their comment is limited to something that is germane to something on the agenda. So it's any agenda item, but it must be an agenda item.
Has to be agenda item. That's on the topic. So you can't talk about last month's items.
As long as it's police, I mean, I'm sorry for coming in late, I was working for the Chamber of Commerce today. Is this something, Brian, that is required
It is.
now because of legislative activity?
It was, it was effective July 1st, 2023. So the Board of Mayor, but we all got notice of it kind of in June. And the biggest question, the reason it's coming to you all so late is because at first we thought it was governing bodies, right? So we thought it was Board of Mayor and Alderman. Then we got clarification that it's all of their appointed commissions and bodies and boards. So the Airport Board, Library Board, Planning Commission, BZA. So we're trying to go back through as those, we're not calling special meetings for this because it hasn't been something that's happened, but it is. The legislature passed it in this, this session and made it effective July 1st.
Could you go as far as asking or requiring, whatever it is the 10 people are gonna talk about, to give it in writing prior to?
That is part of the form. We do ask for them to tell us what agenda item is.
Agenda item, but
He
what
wants
about
no-
comments?
He wants
Do you-
comment.
No.
I don't know if you can require that. The legislature, and I can check on it, and the legislature limited, what we could get up front, and but I'll check. if that's something.
My only concern would be somebody coming in here that maybe had a personal vendetta against an applicant or something like that, and then it could get extremely personal, and knowing what their comments, if they don't stick to them, then, you know, the chair ought to have the right to call their hand, to call them down on it, and ask that they sit down.
They have to refrain from personal attacks.
Offensive language.
So the chairman will be able to stop that.
Right.
I probably wouldn't cut anybody off mid-sentence, no matter how it was going, but, and not have an alarm go off up here, when 2 minutes is up. But have a little leeway if it's over between 2 and 3. Right, yeah.
Do you need a motion to approve?
Second.
Okay. Any other discussion?
One question, suppose some of these topics get pretty intense and, the climate that we live in, you think we ought to have some security on certain topics?
Yeah, I think that's what the gavel's for.
I won't want to look at that.
If it's a heavily
Buzz has got
topic, I think we'll be.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a tougher board.
And we will also, we didn't tonight because it was an extreme.
Got these boots on, I'm kicking
Whenever, Mr. Chairman, whenever you have like last month, whenever you have an item on the agenda that draws significant public interest, we will always have an officer. And we didn't do that tonight because there was
Good deal.
Yeah.
not much of an agenda.
Yeah, typically, we have an officer that sits in the back.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. We ready to vote? Let's vote.
Townsend,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Bibb,
Yes.
Poole,
Yes.
Floyd,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Allen.
Yes.
It passes 8.
All right, under other and old business, BZA meeting November the 2nd.
No meeting.
No meeting, okay.
You beat.
Yeah, is there any other thing we need to